post it. We should post it straight to Donald Trump. Post it straight to Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, Jesus Christ, man. Where did it start with the guy? Bad suntan, he leaves the suntanning goggles on, squints even harder so he looks like a fucking Oompa Loompa from the original Willy Wonka Charlie Factory. Like, Jesus, fucking everyone thinks he's a great president? I was like, Jesus, at least Barack Obama legalized weed and tried getting free health care. What's this guy doing? He's changing his tweets at 4 in the fucking morning. Like, I might make peace with North Korea, or, you know, I might not. It's still undecided. Oh, I don't like what you're saying, even though you've been in office for a lot longer than I am. You're fired. Like, it's like Donald Trump's fucking reality show, man. Gone American.
He's a multi-billionaire, right?
Yeah.
His best speaker
didn't pay Stormy Daniels enough to keep her mouth shut.
There's an eye that goes over here. And she's always sitting there like,
whoa, is that you in the truck?
I don't think Donald...
Oh, yeah, but here he can't even pay off a fucking hooker, you know? Or a porn star, I should say. My bad. You know, like...
Well, I mean... He has the money. He can hire some.
Then he's trying to say how he's not colluding with the Russians, but you see, ever since that happened, oh, I gotta figure out how to get out here. Ever since he fucking got accused from that, his hot model Russian wife, he just totally ignores in all the photos and shit. Like, he's just a mail order bride, man. Mail order bride. No shit, man. Oh,
dude,
fuck. You be seeing me pinching her ass in every photo. Never mind holding her hand.
Opinion, she should have divorced his ass. Like, she should divorce his ass.
She's probably sleeping with the vice president under his nose because he's too fucking stupid. Okay, how do I get rid of shit? Clearly I have too much in my... How do I pick up a fucking backpack and get rid of some shit?
She's like, I never really humped a bench before, or a bench.
I don't got a gun. I don't even know how to drop shit. I can't pick up a backpack. It's like fucking Donald Trump over here. This shit's fucking useless. You know, it tells you how to run and do a few things, and the rest it's like you gotta figure out. You know, it's like fucking buying shit that isn't from IKEA and you wonder why it falls apart. You know, like, fuck me. I don't know, I can't even pick it up if I could because I got no room. I'm trying to leave this fucking vehicle. I got... Why? Oh, I'll take the ammo if I can. Combat boots. Makeshift armor. Helmet. Bandages. No gun though. Oh, a Magnum. Oh, Wild West in this shit. I'm fucking coming, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Do you want me to put a Confederate flag in the back of this fucking truck?
Oh, you can't put Confederate flags on anything anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's like how we changed the national anthem to be fucking equal rights to women, but I don't see a woman lifting up the fucking toilet seat after she's done taking a piss. What the fuck's up with that shit? It's fucking ridiculous.
No, I'm from Illinois, dude. I'm from Chicago.
I don't even want it. They changed it. I'm done with it. Until a woman lifts up the toilet seat for me, I will recite that shit. But until that day comes, It's gonna be a long day. I'm getting tired of putting down the toilet seat, you know? I'm getting tired of how getting told a baby is more painful than getting kicked in the balls, but somehow once a girl has a baby, she wants another one. Well, I don't want to get kicked in the balls again, so which one's more painful? No one's rubbing my dick saying that.
Yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is I got woke up by my old lady, and then I woke up and she had these pair of Daisy Dukes shorts, and I put them on.
Were they Confederate?
I'm like, yeah, look at me.
Good thing it was behind closed doors. Would have had a hate crime going on. She just got these Confederate Daisy Dukes. Don't mind me.
Dude, they're like so short, man.
I'm gonna re-erect that flag real quick here. 2 hours later. Fuck, you wanna go round 2? Oh yeah, how do I switch weapons again? We'll go with the M9. What are we doing?
So, that's totally weird, man.
I'm trying to. This fucking game's so delayed, it's not even funny. I'm pressing square. I'm pressing square when I hit the fucking door. We only got 34 gas, so you better take me somewhere good, motherfucker, before you start trash talking me. That's more gas every time you fucking hit a hillside and do a nosedive. That's wasting gas, man. In Canada, that's a fucking crime.
There's a bunch of people. Watch out.
Well, I don't want to be in this fucking truck.
Watch out. Watch out.
See? Hit square, get out of the truck. Hit square, get in. Got in the truck. Couldn't get my happy ass out of the fucking truck. I should have found the gas and ran them all over. That's the new Canadian thing to do, is run people over on sidewalks. Didn't find a sidewalk, couldn't run them over. And they call that terrorism over here. Fuck. That's terrorism. That is terrorism. But when someone goes shoots up a mosque, they call that terrorism. I just call that guy's pissed that a bunch of foreigners are coming in the country. That's a hate crime. Get it right. No one said nothing when the blacks were being killed and treated like slaves and hung in trees. No, that wasn't terrorism. That was a hate crime. So what's shooting up a mosque? That's a fucking hate crime.
Hey, you know what I don't understand at all is you have to have a fucking passport to get to fucking Canada now. I don't understand it one bit. It's bullshit, dude. Dude, hey, listen to this, dude. Like I went to the underground passageway, and they wouldn't let me through in '97. They wouldn't let me through because I had a couple misdemeanors on my rep sheet. I'm like, okay, well, fuck you then. I backed up, I turned around, I went to the bridge.
No,
they let me
we
through.
won't allow that.
Like,
but we'll allow asylum seekers that end up later on going on a road rage, stabbing cops, and we're like, oh, why he was just fleeing a bad scene in his country, so we'll let him over. You did not do a fucking thorough background check because that motherfucker just ran over a bunch of people and stabbed a cop. Like, what the fuck? It's sad, man. It's just sad. You know, I believe in helping out foreigners and shit, but you can't be laying every motherfucker over and then take 2 years to figure out who they are. Like, no. By the time you find that out, they're running people over and stabbing them over here. And you watch the 6 o'clock news and you're like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Like,
But you're from Canada, right?
Yeah.
So
it happened last September, man.
Do you actually say that you're American?
How am I American?
Like, do you actually think that you're connected? Like, America and Canada is connected together. So I mean, like,
yeah.
So if anything ever went down, say if we were gonna have a big ass war, would you actually say you were American?
No, we're Canadian. We're part of the British monarchy, the colony, except for we claimed our independence. And we have our own fucking military. Like, if America went to war for a probable cause like they have in the future, we usually do join.
Before I went there in '97, I actually went down there with a couple of friends of mine, and they're like, yeah, blah blah and that, and I had money from my dad's estate, and they're like, yeah, all we need is like $6,000 to get this one crate, and I'm like, well, crate? What crate? And they're like, it's a crate full of fucking money. It was like big, and they show me pictures of it. They show me like the shipping ID and everything else, and we were down there, and we went to the Western Union to get the money out. I gave him the money, and then the one dude that was supposed to meet us and give us the fucking money never showed up.
Sounds like a
scam.
So
we went to the airport, and then after we went to the airport and then went to the Western Union, like, we went to the Western Union and I was pulling out all the money. Next thing you know, Canadian police showed up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess it was like one big ass scam and shit. Like,
oh yeah, you got scams out here. You get scams all the way from East India. You know, they're sitting in India calling you up and telling you there's a warrant for your arrest because you aren't doing. Oh yeah, Asia, you name it, all over the world. You know, Philippines, shit like that. There's constant scams going on here.
But after we got arrested and we went to the station and blah blah and that, and they were sitting there talking to us and blah blah and that, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna track these bitches down. I'm gonna call these bitches back up, and they gave me an address, blah blah, where they lived at, and I went there and I was sitting there calling the phone, and they had this little hotel room, like, right downtown, and I'm like, okay. So, phone's sitting there ringing, nobody's answering it.
Why, fuck, would you answer if you were scamming someone?
No, I mean...
Yeah. Huh. Oh, I believe it. Yeah. There's so much scams nowadays.
I don't know if you've ever been to the United States or not.
No.
But when you
I
go to
know a lot of
like
states.
if you go to like the United States Post Office, you go like to the United States Post Office, you give them like say $140 and you can get a receipt. It's like a currency, but it's not a currency.
Yeah, it's like going down money
It is a currency.
It's electronics.
I had somebody send me
saying that there's currency on that, and then once that person, the receiver, gets it, they transfer it into money. It's like bitcoins and shit like that, except for it's not as shady as bitcoins are, because you know where the money's coming from. It's coming out of banks or like fucking cash, right? Bitcoin.
Yeah, I had
no
somebody,
trace on
somebody
it.
send me over
$7,000.
I had somebody send me over $7,000 worth of it was United States Postal Office, like it was like United States.
Yeah, ups.
It was through the Postal Service, like it was
or UPS,
like
or
$7,000.
Yeah.
And there was one little tiny dot off. There was like one little tiny dot off. And they wanted me to cash it into my bank, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I took it to the postal office, and they're like, they confiscated it. And I never heard from them again. I never even heard anything about it.
So where did that money go? You got to claim like money. Drug money.
It wasn't real money. It was someone counterfeiting the United States Postal Office.
Yeah, sometimes, but you don't. You got to track the source, see where it comes from, because sometimes there's error. It's kind of like how banks work. Okay, you put your money, money in the bank to get the service, and as you get that service, you get service fees. You get shit like holding the money and doing transactions.
What I'm saying is,
with
I gave it to the postmaster. I gave it to the postmaster, and the postmaster said it was counterfeit. It wasn't real. So,
but how do you know that? Why didn't they tell you nothing about it? You're the receiver.
They told me about it. They showed me.
Yeah, but
any
Joe Blow could tell you if it was real money. Yeah, but if it's electronically, how can you tell with electronic funding and transferring if it's real or not? If it's counterfeit or not, unless they track back that source to a counterfeiting source or illegal drug cartel or anything like that, where it's illegally made money. Yeah, but how can they say that right off the bat when they don't even know? Are they whipping up their computers and doing a fucking FBI background check?
The one certificate that it looks almost identical to the certificate they have.
Yeah,
but they showed me right there.
As long as
they showed me right there. They showed me right there their certificate on how it was made, and the certificate that I had.
Yeah.
Because they sent me like 7 different envelopes, and they wanted me to cash this into my bank. If I would have put this in my bank and cashed it out, I would have been arrested. And
why not? To a certain degree, but the backfire in that is that when you put it into that account, they can retrace it, and then they can. What they were trying to do is fish. They're fishing for fucking bank accounts to draw money out of. Because once you put it in, if these guys are counterfeiting shit like that, I guarantee you they're going to trace it once it hits your account. Because even though the numbers are XXX,
and I could have been arrested.
There's ways around it. And while you're getting arrested or detained until they figure it out, you're getting your bank account drawn out. That's how
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
what I'm
works,
saying.
man. It's
Yeah, that's
trust
what I'm
me,
saying.
technology. That's why I say there's no
That's the
fucking
reason,
government in this
That's
world
the reason why I never done it.
that can outfight the internet, because the internet was always developed as a free trade program that just got fucking nasty once people figured it out and took full advantage of it. There's the dark web, there's the Mariana's Trench, and it goes deeper than that, you know, and not even the FBI, no fucking government can touch this. If they could, there wouldn't be no such thing as hacking. There's no foolproof system to the internet when it's constantly changing. There's constantly new fucking upgrades going into your goddamn apps in your phone. The only phone I really trust is fucking Apple. Because Apple got told in a court case for a murder trial that they needed to release a certain piece of evidence between the conversation on that person's phone, and Apple wouldn't do it because they weren't breaching the contract of Apple's terms and agreement. So that's when cops and the FBI said, okay, now we need these decoders for phones. It was because of fucking Apple. That's why Apple came out with the thumbprint, but Apple fucked up on the face recognition because now anyone could get a hold of that phone and slap your face in it. But then on the newer Apple phones, you can do these certain facial expressions to unlock it. That was their way of fighting back on the justice system once they realized what was going down. Apple's a really cool company. Anything with an Android, Google, they're all about information. They'd sell you out in a fucking heartbeat, as long as it's not breaking legit code and conduct. But if you're a criminal using an Android, they're constantly taking every data. What sites you're visiting, how many texts you're sending, who you're sending to in that region, which areas you're traveling into. Through that region, it's constantly sending out pings. Apple, you can turn that shit off. Android, you fucking can't, man. There's shit constantly running in the background, and you can go in there and shut it off, and it constantly fucking runs. It's like Facebook, you know, you like one ad, and all of a sudden you got another 10 ads, and you're like, why, how do they know I like beer? Because I named my favorite beer on my status? That's dirty shit. And Facebook got caught in the States for that and turned a lot of fucking heads. That's why I changed my original Facebook to a fucking gamer Facebook, and I don't even put my face on that fucking shit. I don't even fucking link my gaming feed to that shit.
Each person that has Facebook in the whole entire United States can get $5,000 from Facebook just because of that.
Yeah. I don't know personally. I know YouTube's ran, and I do YouTube, but there's fucking, they can have my fucking face all they want. But I know how to fucking just go against YouTube if they ever fucking piss me off. YouTube can't sell my face.
So you sound like you're a pretty tech savvy guy. You know your tech?
To a degree, yeah. I'm not upkept in this modern, but you take your basic rights and you take your basic shit.
Cause like there was one thing I did do when I was there in '97. I was in Canada. Yeah, I bought a Voodoo 5 graphics card.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Voodoo 5?
Yeah, it's a little out to date now, but yeah.
It's out of date now, but when it first hit the stands, it was like $500 and something here in the United States. And I went up there and I bought it for like $200. And they tried charging me a tax on it. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, why there's a lot. Actually, all provinces except for mine has a GST and PST, which is government sales tax and provincial sales tax. But in ours, we don't have a provincial sales tax. Go figure. I don't know how that works. GST was only made for war sales tax during World War II. It was supposed to be abolished after the war, and it never did because the government realized, hey, we can make more money. Same with the states. They have their own tax system for the war. It was supposed to go off. It never did. Instead, you guys got leaner tax system because of somehow the economy is strong, but at the same time the economy isn't as strong as it is, but it's because of the poverty level. Everyone can get shit cheaper too, but then the wages aren't as good down there too. Like it's a really fucked up system down there.
No, and on top of that, you know, like if you break your fucking leg and go to the hospital, you don't.
Why?
You don't get medical care.
That's another thing.
You don't get medical care unless you have the fucking medical.
But there's not one place in this earth except for fucking, I think, Sweden has free shit as long as you stick to making the country money. Like you go to school, you drop out, all that shit's taken away from you. Your dental, your medical, shit like that. It's all taken away from you. Here, out here,
Canada, they had free medical.
To a certain degree, the natives get free medical. Certain natives do actually, unless you can prove your history and your family tree, you can get all that. Unless you're covered through a company, or unless you're poor, or like handicapped, become handicapped, or are handicapped. But it goes from province to province. Every province offers so many shit, and a lot of it is out of your pocket. Like, I can go see a doctor,
around here,
and I can go to get exams and surgeries if I need it. If it's, like I can go get surgery on my nose because it's construction to my breathing. It's going to cause me more health problems later on in life, where they don't want that, so they'll fix it so I can keep being healthy and make money. But things like prescription and drugs and shit like that, like say I got cancer, if I didn't qualify for being full out handicapped or anything, I'm paying it out of my own pocket. And that's some of them are $100 to $200 to like a couple $100 a fucking pill, and you're supposed to take one daily. There's an illusion to it.
My daughter's on Latuda, and she in one whole entire vial, which is like 30 pills in one vial, is almost $1,500 for one whole vial, and that's got to be refilled every single month.
Like Canada has great fucking doctors, but ever since the systems come out where we have to pay for certain shit, they become drug dealers where they just write prescriptions out.
Wow.
And now when they write prescriptions out, well, you're not really fixing the problem. That's why states has better doctors, because you have to pay. So when they come see you, or you go see them, they're not just writing out prescriptions because they know you're not going to be able to pay for it. So that's where they get the upper class in the doctor system. There's so many educated doctors, but there's such a disadvantage in the modern medicine and the old medicine, where it's created such a big gap where people have become lazy. And they're just like, oh, why here? It's like taking that Advil, instead of painting it out,
the whole entire fucking thing is fucked up.
Instead of trying to paint it out and taking that Advil right away to see if you actually need it, like, oh, I got a headache. That headache might be caused to a neck kink when you were sleeping wrong. Instead of waking up, waiting 3 hours, what's the first thing you do? Fucking pop a pill. I'll just pop an Advil and make this go away. That's what society has become. We're not thinking no more.
That's why, dude, I barely ever, there is, probably maybe, 3 times a year that I ever take a pill, and that's, for a headache or something. I never, ever take pills.
I take them I take them a lot, but I take them when I actually fucking need one, man. You're working
that's what I'm
12-hour
saying.
days, and your fucking ankle's just swollen. You pop 3 of them, and you just keep working, and you do that for months on end, and you're like, should go to the doctor, but, you know, it's not going to fucking pay the bills. But yeah, no, there's free healthcare to an extent out here. There's a lot of illusion about Canada, you know, like, that people don't really realize. People don't think we got an army. People think the rest of the world's got to back us up. But you start actually like deciphering what happened in World War II, what key points we actually took. We were the first infantry. You know, in America, the first infantry is never meant to survive. It's meant to go in there and soften up the enemies, and then okay, we'll send the second and third, and then we'll go take our ground, right? And that's
You
what.
got Rocket League?
No, I don't. That's what the whole fucking world used us as. Even the Brits did, and we're like a British colony. I was like, you fucking scumbags. But after World War II, that's how we got independence from it.
Yeah.
We were like the persistent fucking farmers. Like, oh fuck, you know. Some of the greatest tanks, man. Tank battles. We had a couple good tank battles, man. Fucking Bloody Christmas it was called, and we came in there with our little fucking shitty Shermans and the Panzer, even your guys' tanks, the Russians, the British, they all outnumbered us. We were like the little Tonka truck versus all the big Tonka trucks in the sandbox, and we're like, fuck us, man. And it's not what you have, it's who operates it, who's got that smarts, that will, that determination, you know, and that keen thinking. And that's how we beat a lot of the Germans in their tank battle.
Yeah.
It's like I watched the documentary
you
on that
League, bro.
fucking whatchamacallit. His name was Kyle Wilson. He was a sniper for the fucking American Army. Fucking, he sat there and got what, over 20 fucking kills in like fucking 12 hours just sniping. And in the military, you're not allowed. In the American military, you're supposed to take breaks, and he said he fucking ended up fucking sitting there just burning his scope in because he knew, you know, it had to be done in that tight quarters with a bunch of RPGs and, you know, fucking explosive ammunitions that they were trying to get into. It was his boys could possibly die, or he'd stay on the scope and try to make sure one more wouldn't get him. But the sad thing about him was he was one of America's greatest snipers, and then he was trying to help an old war vet friend that he knew, and he ended up getting fucking killed by him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I had my hats off to that guy. I was like fucking sitting there loopholing in 2 loopholes and pushing forward and doing that, and like, he's lucky those ground boys had him for a fucking sniper, you know. He was the only sniper attached to that platoon, and I was like, wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he was
true
like one
skill,
of the most
man.
famous snipers ever, dude.
Yeah. Well, Canada holds a lot of records for sniping, but like for him to fucking sit there behind that scope and not fucking sleep and just continuously do that, I was like, that's determination, that's willpower, man. Like, to make sure all your boys in that platoon get home that night, you know, go back to their families. I was like, being a sniper is a fucking hard job. Like in that too, he was only sitting on a rooftop keyholing or loopholing or keyholing, whatever you want to call it. He said in the documentary that they were saying, like, he was exposed to mortars too, man, and he was like fucking in RPGs, and he still did it. I was like, fuck me, man. Like, Like, it said in the documentary, you just hope one didn't have your fucking number and you just kept doing your job, man. I was like, yeah, just pray to fucking Jesus one doesn't come down on you, or you get the guy before he fucking puts the fucking mortar in.
Yeah.
There was another one I watched on Vietnam's fucking using, I forget what he was using. It wasn't using full range. It was a semi-automatic 20 clip in Vietnam. He took over, I think, 90 kills and possibly 219 kills. But he was close quarters, so he had to shoot the first ones and go into the back, and he did it. And they used modern day fucking American snipers to do it, and like the one guy that did the challenge just about did it, and he's like, wow, for him to do that. I said I just missed his target by one, but he had moving targets. He's like, that's impressive. But like I said, man, it's all about who's behind the gun, or who's behind the tank, or who's behind the jet, or who's behind the boat, and everyone doing their jobs and knowing exactly what to do, and not sometimes follow protocol, but think outside the box to get everyone home.
Yeah.
And now you look at this generation, you're going like, holy fucking hell. You'd be lucky if they know how to fucking release their finger off the fucking trigger and not fucking freeze up, you know? Like, do I gotta worry about enemy, or do I have to worry about Tommy back here shooting me up because he's just fucking in a fear of a rage, you know? Like, I'll get them all. I'll be like, motherfucker, my head's right here, man. Like, Jesus Christ, like, fuck, I gotta worry about the enemy and you just freezing up in a rage mode? Like, I want you to focus so you know who you're shooting as a fucking target, you know? Like, I want to be going down in there, fucking going from house to house, and you see my head moving, and you're like, boom, boom, boom. You know, oops, friendly fire. Why, fuck, you look at leadership now, and look at what leaders are getting picked now in these democratic worlds, and you're going like, how did we let this happen? Like, did we all just like fucking throw a couple retards in a hat party and said, okay, these are our parties, this is what we have to pick? What's the point of fucking voting anymore? Like, seriously. Like, I might as well play pin the tail on the fucking donkey and hopefully my vote counts, you know? Like, because we got all these other retards that like one thing. Like, oh, fuck it. They don't. Like, how do you get a billionaire into presidency? Like, I don't get it. What has he really done besides bring fucking retarded media to the fucking states?
Dude, and on top of that, dude, like, the shit that he's doing, it's like, wow, dude. Whoever fucking tweeted? Like, for real. Like,
he does one good thing to a bunch of 15 fuck-ups, and everyone's like, well, he did one good thing, right? Like, fuck, I want his job. If I can half-ass do it, I'll do it. You know, like, fuck me, man. He's fired more fucking people in office than I think the whole history of all the American presidents ever combined. Honestly, I don't get it. I'd rather see Oprah Winfrey in fucking presidency.
I know, right?
I'd rather see Hillary. At least she's gonna probably get back at Bill and fuck the vice president, but it'd start a few more wars, but at least that's the least you have to fucking worry about, like. And then she's gonna be a Democratic fucking, bitch with a heart on, but, we got this ass clown that everyone seems to love that fucking seems to be wanting to piss off everyone, even his trading partners, and then all of a sudden he's cool, and then he's pissed off at them, and he's cool. He's like a little kid in the fucking sandbox. And then he's telling everyone, we will make America great again. I'm like, oh, Jesus, fuck. I might like him if he smoked a fucking joint. He might calm down. Kid's got ADHD, and he's how old? Like, I honestly test his mind, see if he's got dementia. He might be losing his shit, and he's in political power like that. Nuke everybody! What? But you look at Justin Trudeau, like, it's like the states voted in Trump, so Canada's like, hey, let's vote in a retard too, because he promised weed and he can't get that done on time. And then he's like, oh, we'll just kill the oil field, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, I'm running out of money, so I need the oil field. Now I'm going pro-oil field, but pro-green at the same time. I'm like, how the fuck does that work? Like, first you're against pipelines in the oil field, you chase everyone out, and then all of a sudden now you're like, oh no, you can come back in. I'm like, really? And then you're fucking paying terrorists $10 million. I'm like, really? And then you're allowing every fucking, refugee coming into this country to the point where you're flooding it out, and, you can't keep track of who's actually a fucking terrorist or not anymore, or who's got fucking head issues where they're gonna run over Canadians, or fucking security of the country is now in jeopardy. And I'm going like, what the fuck happened? Like, we're having a pissing competition with the states on, is the president more retarded or is our prime minister more retarded? Let's step it up, like, fuck Big Brother, fuck Survivor. We got the greatest political fucking drama series ever. Like, they should, after they're done, they should make a Netflix series about it, like. But I'm scared it might just bring more fucking retards into this world of being in power. Fuck, good old Abraham Lincoln would have been rolling in his fucking grave, man, going like, what's happening in this world? And then he rolls over to the left, he looks at Canada, he's like, Jesus Christ, they're following this retarded shit? Motherfucker!
Abraham Lincoln was actually born, like, not even 5 miles from where I was, and he actually was raised.
Oh yeah, he was a fucking good president too. He came from the bottom, man. And he knew hard labor. He fucking swung his axe. He chopped cheese just like George Washington. The founding fathers actually knew where blood, sweat, and tears came from. And then you watch these fucking... That's one thing I gotta give the states credit for is, like, be able to protect yourself and actually, like, stick to your commandments, and except for when the Confederate flag went down. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, seriously, you're going to take that down when ISIS is waving every fucking Islamic fucking symbol and we're allowed to keep that shit up? That's not a fucking hateful thing, like, how many fucking Americans, Canadians, British, everyone that helped out in that war ended up dying because of that shit. And we don't bat an eyelash, and then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, the Confederate flag's racist. I'm like, what? You're judging a whole fucking nation of belief and states that were like that believe in that Confederate flag for what they fought for in their wars, and now you're telling them they're not allowed to because a few fucking bad things happened, and you're gonna tie it to one thing? You're judging a book by its fucking cover? Like, I'm not agreeing to all the shit that the Confederate flag ever brought to history, but there was a few bad apples in the fucking apple patch, and you're gonna fucking judge that? You're not gonna look past that? So what? We're supposed to, I like black people, but when black people rioted and started burning down white people's shops and shit like that, like...
Take Deuce at Hazard, and you can take Deuce at Hazard off the fucking air.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a race hate on each other. Like, in a way it is, because, people are like, oh, you're supposed to feel sorry for me, and, you look at the white race, where somehow the white race concludes of anyone that's fucking white. Now that's racist, because we all come from different countries. So how can you just classify us? Last time I checked, I did not look like anyone from North Korea, South Korea, or even fucking China, or even fucking, I am Swedish, but Swiss, and Irish and English people all look different. So how do you just round them up as white people? And here we have to accept that, even though we're trying to push to this equality of a new era. And I'm like, like women's rights too. Like, I'm all for it, but you gotta meet me in between. This is getting ridiculous when you're like two steps back.
What I really don't understand is, like, they literally go after the Confederate flag, sitting there saying blah blah and that. But okay, so they sit there and they still sell like the ISIS flag. They still sell like all that shit, dude. It's like, okay, so
you know what pisses me off is that out here we have natives.
What really pisses me off the most is like how they got rid of all these fucking old monuments. That these are people that actually made history.
Yeah, well, it's like natives out here. Okay, some can be good and some can be just using the system. But it seems like fucking East Indians that came out here and they're like, why we want our turban and shit, we need new laws against this. They get it, but the natives that actually try and, like, be good fucking Samaritans and, try to better their communities and shit, still get shit on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I went to Walmart the other day, okay? The first language that was on that fucking shopping cart that pissed me off, and I'm fucking English, and I'm looking at it, it's French. I'm like, I'd rather see a native language in either English or French. I do not want to see fucking French before a native language. A native language should be here. They were the first people here, like... And I'm going like, what the fuck's happening in this country where everyone, the natives are getting so corrupt and some are doing good and they're getting rolled on, and, East Indians can start changing our laws, but they're gonna fucking suppress the native, like the native people. And there's so many different speaking languages in the native tribes out here, it's not even funny. But they roll over them like they're nothing. They give them empty promises.
Have you ever been here to the States?
No. My cousin lives in the States. She lives in Michigan. I got actually cousins that live in California, so I'm pretty educated. Canada gets educated a lot about everyone else around the world.
So
and,
have you heard about Star Rock, where I live at, like 15 miles from where I live at is Star Rock. Have you ever heard about that?
Maybe. I don't know.
No?
I know that's a little south of me, but it's east as well.
Well, Starved Rock is basically, it's a whole bunch of quarries and waterfalls, and there's like this big ass,
salt quarries,
mountain.
isn't it?
Huh?
Is it salt quarries? I think so.
We got some salt quarries around here, but this is not a salt quarry that I'm talking about though. We got waterfalls and everything that go towards Starved Rock.
Yeah.
The reason why it's called Starved Rock, okay, is there was 1,500, I think it was 1,500 Indians on top of this big flat rock, and it goes all the way down, and it's like almost like 300 feet up.
Yeah, probably where they're
It's like-
smashing a buffalo herd off the cliff. Yeah.
No, it's like 300 feet up, and back when we had to fight or the war with the Indians or whatever, all these guys would sit there and try to climb up the rock, and they tried climbing up, and then they would
Just
They
arrow
would
the
die.
fuck out of them. 'Cause
they
they
would
have the
die,
high
and
ground.
then, but the Indians up on top starved to death because they didn't have any food, no food, no nothing, because they were just holding their ground up there, and that's the reason why it's called Starved Rock.
Yeah. Well, you always got that government. Why? It wouldn't be
Yeah,
government. It wouldn't be American Army under colonels and generals.
Look it up real quick on Google and go to Starved Rock, starvedrock.com.
Oh,
Starved
yeah.
Rock.
But all throughout American history, it was just the army trying to take over areas. They're still trying to push natives out of areas. It's even out here.
It's fucked up.
They still do the same thing. Who was it? Was it General Mustard?
General Lee?
General Lee and
Yeah, Mustard and Lee.
and Wild Bill.
Yeah, Wild Bill. Yep.
But who was the one that I can't remember which one that fucked with the Apaches and got fucking annihilated after the third battle with them? I think it was up north in the west section against the Apaches or the Blackfoot. Blackfoot Apaches. It was the Apaches. I think it was Colonel Custard.
Damn. No, it wasn't Custard, I don't think.
It was either Bill or Custard. I gotta check. I gotta look it up. I can't remember my.
I think it was Bill.
My history's a little foggy on the American side.
And you know it's really weird?
What?
It's you sit there and go to any of like our kids, or like my kids or any other kids, and ask them about Canada.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't know anything about that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, so
It's crazy.
So you don't know any French? You don't know how to speak French? No, we don't know about that either.
Oh, a little bit.
Bonjour, mais oui, parlez-vous français? They're like, what? What'd you say?
Okay, yeah, it must have been Custard because I'm looking on people Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Elizabeth Bacon Custer. So yeah, it must have been. Yeah, Montana. Let's see. I don't know for sure though. I know I might be mixed up here. Yeah, it must have been him. Cause he did Gettysburg and all that. I'm just looking up. I'm trying to see. I know I get all the three of these guys mixed up. They all fucking did this native war pretty good, but one of them got fucked right up. I guess not. Are you? Are you sorry? I don't know why you're sorry. You just left a party. Come on now. It's not like you're robbing me blind or anything.
Party, I was trying to join his game, and yeah, dude, I don't understand him.
Who?
The dude you were in the party with before.
Oh, Big Chief?
I joined. Yeah, Chief.
Nice.
Like, we were sitting there playing a game together, and he was in the party, and then I went to go join back into a game with him, and it joined me into the party and the game, and then all of a sudden he's like, "All right, well, I gotta go." I'm like, "Okay, whatever, let's go."
I don't know. I know he's playing with one of my buddies that invited me earlier, but I didn't accept it. I was like, eh. I think it was, I don't know, I just backed out of it. Pretty sure it was, Custard.
I don't know, my boss is a big Donald Trump fan. And I'm like,
I should be running this company.
yeah.
He's done some good for America, but you know when you got one step forward and five steps back, you know it kind of makes you question.
Don't get me wrong, he's done some good, but him sitting there disgracing Obama, sitting there saying that Obama never did nothing. I'll tell you what, Obama did a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, he legalized weed. He settled up supposedly the war that was going on. Who knows if that really happened? You know, if he actually killed them off or just
what people don't understand. What people don't understand is when a president gets into office,
he's a fucking puppet.
Basically, when they get into office, what happens is when they get into office, they're literally like dealing with 5 years of the bullshit that's happened.
Yeah. And then he's a puppet,
they actually got elected, or they got elected into presidency.
Trump's the perfect puppet because he's too busy doing all these fuck-ups so they can do all these sideline missions quietly without getting news attention because he's too busy fucking drawing it out, you know? Like, all eyes on Trump, and here's all these fucking head honchos in the fucking political Pentagon fucking circle.
He's doing.
You know, like.
I mean, they're. Well, it's not just him doing it. It's the people down below him that are doing all this shit. Why he's getting all this
but when you can work a puppet like that, you know, after the 60s, they started realizing, you know, you telling me Oswald killed JFK? There's no fucking way he did. You know, like, look at half the assassinations on American presidents because they were fucking free thinkers. Look at any free thinker that came into American history got assassinated.
I'm sorry to say, but I would never ever do it. But I'm sorry to say, but I'm hoping it's not going to happen. But that motherfucker's got a mark on him.
Yeah, it won't happen. The only one that's going to really mark him is going to be the old government itself.
You know what I thought too? I thought Obama was going to get fucking assassinated, but he never did.
No, he did so much that a lot of people hated it because the things he did, he didn't get up to par. He didn't do perfect. It was. You know, he tried making Obamacare modeled after the fucking Canadian healthcare system, and it just totally fucking had the right idea, didn't play the fucking cards right, man. And actually fucking the American public in their taxes and shit.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was a great thing that he did.
And then you look at Trump, where he's telling, you know, Obama wanted to, you know, try to make a model of a free healthcare system, and it failed. And then you look at Trump that says, I'm going to tax the rich.
Trump, hold on.
How do you tax yourself?
Can I
yeah, go ahead.
Quick?
Yeah.
Obama was in office. Did you see kids going into school shooting up fucking kids? No.
But why is that?
When Obama was president, you didn't see kids going into schools and shooting up kids like they are right now.
It's not even to do with that. It's what you look at society in general as what it's become. It's not even video games. It's not even any of this shit. Kids start to realize, okay, parents get divorced. The social.
What I'm saying is like
the social services system begins to collapse, and no one thinks much of them. You know. And, you know, people get bullying, you know. It's no different than a kid taking their own life, but somehow when that happens, there's a glimmer.
Hold on. I've been bullied all my life. I've been beat up all my life. I've been beat up. I've been bullied all my life. And I never once ever. And I had the whole entire arsenal, because my stepdad had a whole shitload of guns at his house, and I had never the intention to go and fucking kill those fucking kids. Don't get me wrong.
It's not that. It's the bullying that gets to the system, and then there's a collapsed system. There's more bullying than what it is now, you know. Like back then you could actually hold your own and shit, but look at all the fucking chemicals and all the shit that they slap into our foods that we even think that is healthy. That's not healthy. You're looking at fucking 11-year-old kids, 9-year-old kids that are girls getting their fucking period, okay? And then you're looking at
dude, I got two daughters.
It's the same age as males. So what's that doing to their minds? What is that doing to their minds when we're eating all these chemicals? You're getting crazies. You're getting fucking crazies coming out, and they can't figure it out. Oreo cookies is made out of fucking starched lard, man. The center filling. How good is that for you? With a pound of fucking sugar in it. There's titanium alloy in fucking ranch dressing. Because it looks more pleasing. Yeah. Which makes it nice and white and shiny, which is also like a heavy fucking metal down on the periodic chart that you actually mine, that you kind of put in cell phones and shit like that. Yeah. There's shit like that, man. Like, what you think of your chicken nuggets when they're throwing in scrap meats is nothing to what they're actually fucking really putting into foods. It's fucking gross. Oreos is made out of pure fucking starch, man. We're going into non-hormones and steroids. But okay, here's the question. Okay, so now they're taking this all off. They're making free-range chickens and beef and shit. But what are they replacing it with? There's a replacement. Since they've gone all these years to make the money, to make that buck, what are they doing? What else hidden chemical or fucking word that we can't fucking produce is going into our food that isn't natural? Why do you think people are losing their shit so often? It's you look at the generation that has spurred, and then you watch what's going on in psychology. You know, there's more child pedophiles, there's more rapists, there's more fucking people going off the steep end. What's causing that?
It's that.
Some of it's causing it from
that right there
similar.
Is like, no, that right there is like people are over exaggerating, and people are sitting there saying, and people are getting misaccused of shit.
Yeah, some are,
and,
you know, like, it's a pointing finger system, but at the same time, some people are a little bit fucked up, and they're just that. But at the same time, you get all these foods and chemicals into you. What's the brain going to do? Some people get sick, and some people don't. It's just by our natural genes, right? It's how we're created, you know, throughout breeding. It's like breeding of dogs or breeding of any fucking animal. We are bred a certain way with a certain fucking ethnic or background or nationality.
So what you're saying is that a person that has actually been affected by that could actually sue the company for being a child molester, or being, you know, something like that,
to a certain
right?
degree, but try to prove it, okay? Some people are, it's by, like, psychological degree, you know, like PDS, you know, those people go through it and they become it, and some break out of it and some don't. But then you get that small fraction of them that are just fucked. You know, it's not even how their brain is developed, it's just how they think. You know, they even broke this down to certain parts of the brain are underdeveloped, and this is why people do it. And then some people do it because that's all they ever known. You know, it's like Stockholm Syndrome or, you know, PTSD, where you come back from war and you're having fucking flashbacks and shit, but everything was fine and peachy then until things start sinking in and you have these nightmares and shit. But there's a percent of them where, you know, they go happy-go-lucky, the Christian church people, you know, like whatever you want to see as them, and all of a sudden one day they just do it. That then is fucked. Okay, there's no excuse in the world for you to be Mr. fucking Rogers and then go and pull that shit. You need to be throwing on a fuck getting killed or anything. Throw your ass on an island where you're not getting off, and you're gonna produce to the day you fucking die for this society on free labor and everything. That's when I think we should bring some kind of format of slavery. to think about what you fucking did, and then you keep throwing those people in the same thing. Why, you know what? If Bob
how old
over
are you
here,
right now?
28.
You're 28. You ever thought about going into politics?
Why? Because I know how politics run. if you start speaking the truth, you get shot. So you start freedom of speech, you get shot nowadays. Oh, I know. I should, but I'm probably never gonna be because I don't have a fucking education in life.
Fucking cat. Ate all my daughter's donuts.
Oh, she's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Daughter's gonna look at you like, Daddy, you eat my donuts? No, it was the cat. Like, right.
She had a whole bunch of white donuts and the cat fucking like literally just stick his head and right, like.
I think secretly your cat's a coke addict. It's like, what, white powder?
Dude, I was sitting there looking at him earlier and his eyes were like just, whoa! He's like sugar high. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like the babysitter when that one kid's like, the little girl's like, I want to get chocolate wasted. Your cat's like, I want to get white wasted. Give me that powder. Fuck the donuts. Just give me that white sprinkles.
The reason why I was mentioning all this shit, dude, is like, and the reason why I was going into all that, when I was 17, I was actually 16 years old.
Yeah.
I was a 14-year-old.
Yeah. I'm just hang on.